The Bible is rich with wisdom and guidance for anyone who wants to live a godly and prosperous life. On the other hand, money is one of the most important topics in our lives today. It affects our relationships, our health, our happiness, and our destiny. But how do we deal with money in a way that honors God and benefits ourselves? How do we avoid the pitfalls of greed, debt, and dishonesty? How do we use our money wisely and faithfully? Well, the answer is simple. By following these 22 best money lessons from the Bible that I'm going to reveal in this video. These lessons are not just for Christians or religious people. They are for anyone who wants to improve their financial literacy and their spiritual well-being. Welcome to Fun Financial Insights. Let's have some fun learning about money from the Bible. Lesson number 1, budget like Noah built the ark. In Genesis chapter 6, Noah gets a word from God that he is going to destroy the earth with rain. Noah was then instructed to build the ark. In a time where they had not seen a flood before, building without a plan would have been difficult. To build and fill the ark, Noah worked with God on the measurements, to budget resources that would feed his family and all the animals while on the ark. That is like having a filled to capacity floating zoo plus all the families in one place. One fault in the budget, and they would have either died of hunger or even gotten eaten by the animals. It was with that budget and following it that saved Noah's family and the animals when the rain filled the earth. Planning ahead is key. Don't leave your financial future to chance, so you will not drown like the others who did not get on the ark. Lesson number 2, Joseph's savings plan. The Pharaoh during Joseph's era had a dream that there would be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine in the world. It was Joseph's idea to save during plenty that kept Egypt safe. They were even able to sell grain to neighboring countries. You need to save during abundance to weather the lean times. Lesson number 3, diversify your investments for greater return. In the parable of the talents, the man gave 3 people each 5, 2, and 1 talent. By the time he came back, 2 of them had doubled their investments, while 1 incurred a loss by hiding it in the ground. The wisdom in investing here is that you should never put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments over multiple assets for greater returns and leverage. Lesson number 4, negotiate wisely. It can save you a fortune. King Solomon is an example of fairness in negotiation. You can see it in the story of the 2 women who came before him, each claiming to be the mother of a child. Solomon, using his God-given wisdom, listened to both sides and solved their dispute. Be open-minded. In making deals, you need to research, listen, and ask questions that will allow you to buy and sell at the right time and the right place. Lesson number 5, avoid debt. Proverbs 22:7 says, "The borrower is a slave to the lender." Debt can be enslaving. Try your best to live within your means. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. Learn to clearly differentiate between your needs and your wants. Lesson number 6, be honest and trustworthy. Proverbs 21:6 says, "You can make a fortune dishonestly, but your crime will hold you in the snares of death." Integrity matters in everything, especially in finances. The growth may seem slow, but when people can trust you, it compounds, and integrity pays off in the long run. Trustworthiness matters. Lesson number 7, be diligent in work. The slacker wants it all and ends up with nothing, but the hard worker ends up with all that he longs for. This is a verse from Proverbs 13. It's not enough that you desire riches. You need to combine your desires with discipline and diligence so that you can be successful. Lesson number 8, be generous. Giving is sharing what you have without expecting anything in return. The thing with giving is it makes you feel good. It brings joy and prosperity. As you build your finances, always have a budget for charity. Lesson 9, be a good steward. Are you responsible? At your workplace or your business, how do you manage resources? Luke 16:10 says, "He who is faithful in small would be faithful in much." The perfect way to prove that you're ready for more or the next level is to make the best of where you are right now. Lesson 10, patience in financial decisions. Proverbs 21:5 says, "Brilliant ideas pay off and bring you prosperity, but making hasty, impatient decisions will only lead to financial loss." Rush decisions often lead to regret. Patience is key. Patience is how you avoid falling victim of FOMO-driven market decisions and Ponzi schemes. Before we move on to the next lesson, what lesson have you connected with most so far? Share it in the comment section below. Stay curious, there's more, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Lesson number 11, avoid laziness. The average attention span of people today is less than 10 seconds. This means an increase in procrastination, but it can cost you. Proverbs 6 says you should learn from the ants. They get what they need to do done. Be proactive. Lesson 12, seek counsel. No one is born with all the knowledge they need. You become better by learning. One of the ways to learn is from other people's experiences. The way to do this is to seek advice before making big financial decisions. Like Proverbs 15:22 says, your plans will fall apart right in front of you if you fail to get good advice. But if you first seek out multiple counselors, you'll watch your plans succeed. Lesson 13, be humble even in success. To make sure your success is long-lasting and stands the test of time, stay humble. Proverbs 16:18 says, the higher you lift yourself up in pride, the harder you'll fall in disgrace. Stay humble. Lesson 14, talk is cheap. Merely talking about getting rich while living to only pursue your pleasures brings you face to face with poverty. Proverbs 14:23 agrees with the saying that talk is cheap. Action is what leads to prosperity. Lesson 15, avoid greed. Talking to someone concerned about the division of the family inheritance, Jesus said in Luke 12:15, be alert and guard your heart from greed and from always wishing for what you don't have. For your life can never be measured by the amount of things you possess. Contentment beats greed every time. The value of your life should be beyond what you have. The most important things in life cannot be measured. Lesson 16, build an emergency fund. In Proverbs 27:23 through 24, we see the importance of long-term planning. The truth is life is unpredictable. Being financially prepared for the unexpected can save you a lot of anxiety and stress. Lesson 17, manage your risk closely. Ecclesiastes 11:2 teaches you to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. You need to make sure your investments are not beyond your risk appetite. Never invest what you cannot afford to lose. Lesson 18, avoid vanity and materialism. As you build wealth, you will be tempted to buy everything you can afford. Like Paul says to Timothy in 1 Timothy 6:9 through 10, that true wealth isn't measured by possessions. Embrace frugality. Be conscious about your purchases. Lesson 19, be thankful for what you have. From 1 Thessalonians 5:18, we learn that gratitude leads to contentment. Contentment, not keeping up with the Joneses. Find joy in what you have, not in comparison. Lesson 20, seek wisdom. Develop yourself. The world is growing at a fast pace. Proverbs 3:13 through 14, wisdom is more valuable than riches. No one can take what you've learned away from you. Lesson 22, follow your budget. Avoid impulse purchases. Think before you spend. Impulse buys can wreck your budget and your long-term plan for wealth. And lesson 22, stay consistent. Proverbs 28:19 talks about planting. You don't harvest the same day you plant a crop. It requires you to continue to manage it and care for the land. Steady effort brings reward. The Bible is filled with even more lessons on money beyond these. These are just 22 of the best ones that we found that you need to follow even if you are not a Christian. How many of the lessons do you already practice? Let us know in the comments below. These timeless principles can transform the way you handle your money. If you love these tips, smash that like button and subscribe for more financial fun. Until next time, keep those wallets happy and those bank accounts smiling.